Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and a few other coins, but mainly Bitcoin and the general markets. Listen up, boys and girls. If you have been paying attention to Bitcoin and I guess your altcoins, let's just say in the last 2 weeks, you probably have been very, very emotional, right? We can see that pretty much the 24th of February, Bitcoin was at $96,000. And then just a handful of days later, pretty much 4 days later, midway through Thursday, it was all the way down at one point at almost at $78,000, right? So it dropped a lot. It dropped a lot. I don't know the exact amount. Let's just see if we take the measuring tool from here, take it all the way here. Damn, we dropped 18,000 in 4 days. But then, ladies and gentlemen, something happened, right? Pretty much at the beginning, early February, midnight, we went and we started to recover. And by the afternoon of Sunday, we were back from $78,000 to $95,000. But then, ladies and gentlemen, a day or so later, you know, we were back down to the $80,000. And this time around, this drop from 95 to 81,000 actually hurt us more in terms of altcoins because Bitcoin dominance was also going up at the same time while Bitcoin was going down. So we were getting double hit. You know, when Bitcoin was going down initially, right, altcoins suffered a little bit, but once we kind of got to the from Tuesday down to Thursday, right, dropping from let's say 90K to 78K, you know, altcoins dropped a little bit. Some actually went up, and Bitcoin was the main one that was actually bleeding out, believe it or not. That's because Bitcoin dominance was also getting wrecked at the same time. So we mitigated the damage. So this time around, it was different. We did not mitigate the damage. In fact, we got hurt a little bit more. But look, ladies and gentlemen, right? We see a shift of momentum recently, right? When I look at this, we have right now a high, a low, a higher low. And at this current moment, we are going to be deciding where we are going to be going, right? You know, even if you debate that there's a high here, right, kind of creating a staircase downwards, it gets erased for the fact that we created a higher low. So over the next few days, we will be deciding what is going to happen with Bitcoin because there is a great chance that we do top somewhere here and sell off from 93,000 back down. Now, if that were the case, then even if we erase this, right, even if we erase that, we would be creating a lower high. However, since the last move was a higher low, that means Bitcoin has to make a decision sooner than later. Now, ultimately, I'm still very, very bullish on Bitcoin. The one annoying thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that if we go to the charts over here, we can see that there is still a gap at $78,000. Right? If I get rid of this, make it more clean, we can see there's a gap right here. Now, sometimes TradingView does glitch out a little bit, and technically this gap could be filled because look, we are really, really close. So if TradingView is not glitching out and this gap is filled, then we don't have to worry. But if this gap is open, then we will come back to this price sooner than later, or at least one day, right? It doesn't have to even be now. It could be when we enter bear season. You know, who knows where Bitcoin will end up. High probability is, and when Bitcoin does retrace, we'll probably go back down to 60,000s, maybe mid 50s. But that's, you know, that's for another day, another time. Okay. So we have to monitor everything. We have to monitor everything. We can't get overhyped just yet. To have confirmation that we are in the clear, we would have to create higher highs, ladies and gentlemen, somewhere upwards of 100,000. And then we would have to respect this support right over here, right? We have a big, big support right over here. Talked about it a couple days ago, right? When we hit it, we were rejecting off this area, but we can see we're at a big, big support. So we would have to break through the support and then we would have to retest and continue going up higher, right? That would be the most amount of confirmation that Bitcoin is officially bullish and we're not going to be seeing these lower prices at all, right? If something like this happened where we go this, up, respect, and continue going up. So we will monitor everything, right? We will monitor everything. I do overall think right now is going to be some of the best final opportunities to be buying at low prices. I know some people are tired of it. Some people don't have the funds. And I understand. I understand, ladies and gentlemen, it is very, very frustrating. If you do have the funds or you do continue risking your money, then, great, great buying opportunities. We talked about worst case scenarios where, things might drop, like Ondo might drop to 70 cents. That is if we go fill up the 78K cap, we probably would even go down to low 70s, to be honest. And that's the only time I see things like Ondo going back to 60 to 70 cents. Things like Dia going back down to roughly 30 to 25 cents. When we look at something like H bar, all right, if Bitcoin were to go down to 70K, we could probably go back down to, 13 to 15, 16 cent area. So, a lot of us are done. A lot of us don't want this to happen, but sometimes in life, that is just the way it is. I don't control the markets at the end of the day. Um, and that is just the reality. Something like PNG would probably go back down to 7 cents. Radium would go back down to $1.25. Turbo would probably go back down to 0.0013 area. ICP would go back down to roughly $4.25. XRP would probably go down to, we don't really have somewhere between here, to be honest, which is a price of, yeah, between $1.50 and $1.20 would probably be your last XRP buying opportunity. Something like Caspa would most likely hit that 5 cent area. Myro would, I don't even know where Myro would go. Myro's already at the bottom. Myro would probably go back down to a cent. Render would probably go back down to this area over here of $2.40. So yeah, so I am prepared. We did talk about having a plan, right? If things do go lower, I will be, purchasing more, getting a better average, or just even accumulating more. Things like Ondo, Caspa, Render, the very high quality tokens. I will probably not be buying any more meme coins myself because I am already over risked. It is roughly like 15% of my portfolio meme coins, and I feel like that's already a good amount. So yeah, you guys need to have a plan, right? We need to see how everything reacts. If I go to the weekly, right, Bitcoin's weekly is very, very nice. It did close at 94,000. This very may well be the retracement down into this imbalance over here. And this could just be the pullback we needed to go further. We do have the Trump summit coming up very soon. So that may be sell the news event, or it may be the pump we need. At the end of the day, the market makers decide that. We do not know. At this current moment, it is looking solid, right? Just in case I didn't mention it, we have this support over here. We broke above this structure, and then we retested off of this recently, and we're looking to continue to push higher, right? Once we kind of get past this zone of roughly 90,000, 90,500, we should fly up to 93, 93,500 very quickly, as there is no more support and resistance right here, right? You could debate this, but for me, there's a lot of imbalance over here. So we'll see how things go. We'll see how things bounce, and we'll make a decision from there. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.